Greetings. I am Master Gano Grills for Galighticus.com, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Questions and Answers. I post questions on my Facebook page, and I realized that I have not been entertaining a lot of the YouTube questions that I get. So I want you guys to know that I'm going to go through a lot of the questions, and I'm going to start getting to some of the questions that have been accumulating on the YouTube channel. And my apologies for overlooking you guys, and I thank you for supporting the channel. The first question comes from Ness Braggs, and she asks, what are some things we can do to connect spiritually to our higher selves if we do not have financial resources to partake in the different rituals and services you offer? That's a great question, Ness Braggs, and there are many different things that you can do. I'll give you a couple of them. You can spend more time in nature. Go out to the park. Go as deep into the woods or the mountains or on the beach. Turn off your cell phone. Don't bring your iPad. Leave your PC at home or your laptop at home. And go with the intention on connecting with the forces of Mother Nature. Another thing that you can do if you are in a warmer climate, you can take off all of your clothes and strip down to a bathing suit. If you can go into the water nude, that would be more optimal. But if you're in a public environment, you can go into the water and go in and connect with the goddess Oshun. Oshun is the last Orisha that was created and brought to Mother Earth, and she was almost left out of the equation. When you walk into a body of water, hopefully it is a body of sweet water. That's where she dwells. And when you go into the water, you want to submerge yourself in the water for at least 30 seconds. If you could hold your breath for a minute, this is what you can do. You submerge your entire body into the water, and you think of Oshun, and you offer her the energy of your oscillation as an offering. Bring a clear plastic bag, maybe a sandwich bag, with some honey, some candy, and some fresh fruit, and bring it with you as an offering to the goddess Oshun. You also may have a visit from her older sister, Yemeya. This is something that you can do for free. You can also spend some time in meditation at your altar, at least 30 minutes every day. I want to talk to you about another energy that I hear within your question, and I have to point it out to you. It is the spirit of lack that I hear in your question. And you ask a question of, what can someone do to connect to their higher selves if, there goes that word again, someone does not have the ability to partake in the rituals or the services or seminars that you offer? That is a file that's running in your consciousness that creates the question. That question has been generated from the spirit of lack that is inside of your awareness. And I want to point it out to you, because when someone presupposes that I don't have the wherewithal to attend your seminar, or you're asking a question that berefts you of ever having the resources to partake in what it is that I have to offer, therefore, I'm going to capitulate to just taking another road for free, and that's fine. But one of the things that I would say is that no one walks into a Mercedes dealership and asks for a Mercedes for free. A Mercedes is a vehicle that transports you from point A to point B, with all of the luxury and the amenities that are inside of the vehicle. The Mercedes is also a status symbol for people to project that they think higher about themselves. When people have a Mercedes, you know that they do not have the spirit of lack. There's also an opposite of the spirit of lack, and some people say that it is living beyond their means. There are some people who cannot really afford a Mercedes, but they want to have the luxury, and they also want to have the benefit of how people perceive you when you drive the Mercedes. So I want to take that analogy and apply it to spirituality. There are many different forms of education. And when someone goes to an Ivy League school, they get all of the bells and whistles that come with the accreditation of what that school is known to offer. Whether it is Vassar, Spelman, Morehouse, Brown University, you name it. You can best believe that people will look at you in a different way because you afforded yourself, or you were afforded the opportunity to go to an Ivy League school. It's no different with the spiritual world. So there are people who ride a skateboard to work. There are people who ride a scooter to work. There are people that have to ride a bicycle to work because they have not done well enough in life to afford themselves to have a car. A car is a vehicle that transports you. So you can think of one of two things when you see someone riding a scooter: that they don't have a car, because if they did, they wouldn't be riding the scooter. Some people get around the best way that they can. I've seen dogs that have lost the use of the front row of their legs or their hind parts, so their owner will lovingly create some kind of wheels for them so that they can get around. Humans are very, very culpable, and humans deal with the loss very, very well of things that they don't have in their lives. Therefore, they have to do the best that they can with what little they have. So why introduce that cancer of the spirit of lack, which is really a fungus that consistently is present and eats away at your awareness and does not allow you to consider having more opulence in your life? So let's get back to the Mercedes. Let's talk about the Rolls Royce. Let's talk about a Hyundai. There are people that take their time seriously enough to make sure that they procure a car so that they can have more efficient use of not giving their time away to public transportation or having to depend on someone else for transportation. This is a powerful, powerful account of who you are in the universe when you take yourself seriously enough to invest in your spiritual education. And like I said, there are many different forms of spiritual education. And some people say that the best things in life are free. It's true to a certain extent, but it is not the end all and the be all. So if you are putting yourself in a box of limitation that I like to call the spirit of lack, that is a choice that you are making of your own ignorance, because most people would like to have more. But because some people don't exercise their ability to think on higher levels and higher vibrations, they stay left behind inside of the spirit of lack, and then they have to pose questions like yours. When they say, if someone does not have the ability to come to a seminar or have some of your products or services, you're basically presupposing that you will stay in that box. Now, I've met other people that say, Sri Master Gano Grills, I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that I am present at your next seminar. And the universe responds to that favorably by giving them the resource and the conduit and many different catalysts to make sure that present. The universe is always offering abundance. It's up to you to receive it. And I hope that answers your question. Jean Grey asks a question. How do you know when you have found one of the 144,000? That's a good question. There are many different ways that I know who the 144,000 are. One of those ways is when people report to me that they're seeing their birth date, they're seeing 444, and a whole series of different numbers, which is really digital coding. I know that they are one of the 144,000. Another way that I know who the 144,000 are, they are attracted to the Galighticus. The Galighticus has set in motion a series of different events that serve to be alarm clocks in the consciousness of the people that gravitate towards what Galighticus has to offer. So when someone watches the videos, when someone has a consultation, when someone comes to be initiated and have their Kundalini activated, when someone is present at the seminars, lectures, workshops, or presentations that come through the Galighticus, they are all part of the 144,000, or else they would not have the spirit or the soul drive them and inspire them to be present. And that's how I know. I am Sri Master Gano Grills for Galighticus.com, and I'll see you on the next episode of Questions and Answers. Satnam. Ooh.